Hey Denver, here's what's happening in your city now. The ability to meet financial responsibilities is of great concern for many since the pandemic shutdown impacted the opportunity to work and earn a steady paycheck. The federal eviction moratorium expired June 30th, leaving the states to decide how best to protect their residents. A Senate bill in Colorado would impact some parts of the eviction process going forward. The City and County of Denver provides eviction assistance through the Office of Financial Empowerment and Protection.
So what we noticed was that there had been no updates in eviction resources since about 2017. So what our office did was to get agencies and a couple of the organizations that are actually in the space of evictions and a couple of other not-for-profit agencies to have some kind of coordinated resource package. And to be honest with you, this was truly the idea of the Sheriff's Department, where they needed to have something they could hand out to residents that were coming into their office that were already, in trouble. They'd already gotten that writ on their door.
The Office of Financial Empowerment and Protection got its start in 2013 in the aftermath of the last recession. Since its inception, the OFEP has helped Denver residents reduce $1.4 million in debt, boost savings by $227,000, avoid $826,000 in tax preparation fees, and improve their credit scores an average of 43 points. Those numbers are a testament to OFEP's mission to Denver residents and small businesses to help achieve economic mobility, generational wealth, and financial equity.
It's been a great learning experience for me. I come from the private sector, actually. I was in financial services for a long time before I came to this work, and I started my work in public service with this project. The Consumer Financial Protection Unit didn't exist before I got here. I love this work. I'm just so glad that we could help people.
If you are facing the threat of eviction, you're not alone in your struggle to keep a roof over your head. Here are a few things you should know about your rights.
A lot of people feel they're going to get evicted even prior to even being in the eviction process or getting any kind of a notice or threat from their landlord. So when you anticipate, oh my God, I've got a real problem here. So you're already feeling that you're at risk. So that's one scenario of people who enter this at-risk situation, right? The other one is direct contact with the landlord that they say, hey, you know what, we're going to evict you. Well, let me tell everybody that nobody can evict you, the exception of the Sheriff's Department. So that if you're ever threatened by your landlord that they're going to change the locks on you or they're going to evict you, they cannot do it. It is illegal. And if you're in a situation like that, the first thing you need to do is call the sheriff's office. But the other situation is more clear. And that's a situation where you know that you've been behind in your rent. Once you get that writ on your door, that is a writ for demand of payment. The fact is that there's a number of other situations that could cause you to be evicted. Breach of lease is one. We want to get to residents long before they get that writ on their door. We don't even want them to enter the eviction process. So what we did is, in getting that group together, we put together a resource package. One is a 5-pager that has 3 sections. The first page is a description, a text, if you will, of evictions and describes the process. The second section is an actual visual timeline that I just described to you as to what can happen. And the third section is a list of resources you can go to in the city to get rental assistance, mortgage assistance in the case of foreclosures that I mentioned, along with legal resources and mediation resources. On that document, it has the Office of Financial Empowerment as the place to call to navigate you through all these resources, making sure that not only do we take care of the eviction issue you have, but if it's caused any other issues in your life. You can't pay for food. You need legal assistance. You need somebody to come and mediate. We currently have a free legal resources and free mediation available for residents. And when it comes to eviction, people that have legal representation in the process are by far more likely to have a successful outcome.
If you're in need of an eviction advocate or financial assistance, you can contact the Office of Financial Empowerment and Protection for one-on-one advice. Visit denvergov.org for more information. For additional stories and full episodes, check out Denver's YouTube page or visit denver8.tv.